Yes, ma'am.
And we must thank Dr. Shobha for coordinating.
Yeah. So, good evening, everyone, for joining. Myself, Dr. Manasi Patil from Kolhapur. I welcome you all on behalf of Ignited Minds by PHF to this wonderful series of learning, Guruji Ke Saath Guruvar, that we started on 2nd June 2022 under the mentorship of Dr. Liyakat Namole Sir. So, friends, this is our 44th lecture, and I'm happy and honored to welcome today's speaker, the vibrant personality, that is Dr. Vishpala Parthsarathy Madam. So, it is a little intro about Madam. Dr. Vishpala Madam is a homeopathic consultant in Mumbai, a well-known consultant, and she has a huge experience of about 44 years of classical homeopathic practice. She is a editor of the National Homeopathic Journal. She is actually the life and soul of NJH, and she has edited 249 issues, NJH issues, since 1992. She has co-authored 5 books.
I'm sorry, I've edited 283 issues. Now,
That's
Okay.
nice.
this is our last issue which came out today. This is the 283rd issue.
Okay, I will correct it. Okay. She is an honorable physician at ML Davle Memorial Hospital, Palghar, and she is homeopathic consultant at the Other Song Academy also. So Dr. Vishpala Madam has been invited to speak at national as well as international seminars, and more than 200 presentations she has given till now. So we are lucky to have you today, Madam. In spite of your busy schedule, you accepted our request and you are here. So thank you for coming, and I welcome you on behalf of Ignited Minds by PHF. So friends, let us welcome Dr. Vishpala Madam with a huge round of applause. Welcome, Madam.
Welcome, Dr. Vishpala.
It's always a pleasure to share. Okay, the knowledge only grows by sharing. That is how we started National Journal in 1990, long ago. And before that, I was doing the college journal also. So 10 years before. So I call myself an editor by accident. You know, there was a college, homeopathic college in Mumbai. It was that time called Bombay Homeopathic Medical College. So it had a journal which was not being run. There were hardly any 50 subscribers. So they said, you do it. I said, I don't know anything about editing. I'm talking about 30, 40 years ago. 40 years ago. So it was in 82, I think. So they said, no, you do. So I called myself editor by accident. So I did that. Then we made it 2000 and we grew it. And then after that, there was some little problem in the college. So then we started, but the whole team was already together. And we still have most of those team we had joined that time. And today we have 32 in our team, NJH board. And yeah, so we started then National Journal of Homeopathy. Luckily, that time Business India helped us, to print it. Now we print it on our own. And of course, we are very happy to share knowledge. All of us are from different schools, but we all share our knowledge and we are very close-knit group. We do so many webinars, so many roundtables, journal, telegram, so many activities are going on. So it is all about sharing, just as you all do. Okay. And so today, you wanted the topic of kingdoms. So I prepared some little thing for you. 3 kingdoms, calling it 3 kingdoms, 3 cases. Yeah. I don't know if we'll be able to finish all of that because the time is little. We'll do whatever we can. Okay.
Good time.
So we'll do first little bit about kingdoms. I'm very happy to be united. I believe we all do mind rubrics and so on. It's very interesting. So we are going to do a little bit different because we need to know all kinds of ways of approaching a problem. Vegetable and animal kingdom. So let's begin with the plant kingdom. So what is plant mainly? If I ask you questions, please do try to reply. Okay, that makes me feel good that you all are listening. Okay, so plant is mainly about sensitivity. We know that, right? They react. We know pulsatilla so well. Everybody, please be muted except who want to participate. So we know pulsatilla. We always, when we first remedy, almost we studied of pulsatilla, and we all know pulsatilla so well. So it sways with the wind. So means anywhere you can take it, right? So it is reacts easily, sensitive, and hurts you. But only thing is that they are fixed at one spot. They can't move. Okay? Animals can move. They can't move. So whether wind comes, snow comes, fast wind comes, they have to bear all of it. So these patients learn to bear everything. What are the words they use? We can recognize them by the word. Each one very differently they express. So patient will say, my mother-in-law said this and I was so hurt. And my father-in-law asked for dowry. My parents had given everything they could. Now they're asking for more. I feel very sad, very hurt. I don't know what to do. I don't say anything. I don't answer them, but they keep taunting me. So this touches me. I'm affected by this. These are all plant words. I can't bear this anymore. They're very sensitive, very soft, very emotional. And all the time they have fear of being hurt. Also, their style of working. You know how mineral kingdom is, right? We know it's based on the periodic table. So it is all very structured. Where it is, it will be there only. Plant can be anywhere, but once it is there, it is fixed. So plants are little irregular. They like even clothing is very flowery. They don't have any pattern of working, not like minerals, bar. When telling you also all their history, they'll talk about one complaint, when I started 5 years ago, then they come to today's complaint and they jump. So they are not very regular. And all the causes, what ailments from what we say are due to emotional hurt or physical shock or injury or moods which get very easily affected. Plant kingdom, greens are also of plants. Okay, so the exception we know is Drosera and all those kind of plants, which is like an animal. Actually, Drosera is more like an animal because it is a carnivorous plant. It eats small animals, it eats insects. So that's a different category also. So sometimes we have a plant-like thing, but it is not plant like animal. Then we have to think of remedies like because they eat small animals, insects, all that. So it is like animal. Their handwriting also not very regular. You'll find mineral kingdom quite regular, the handwriting, very good handwriting. Here it will be all teda meda, so like plants. So that is about plants. So we'll understand a bit more when we do a case. So I will do a case. So there was this young girl, 16 years old. She was studying in the 11th grade. She came to us in 19th November of 1921. And the mother said, I want help. My 16-year-old daughter has suicidal depression. Now at 16 to have such a thing is like very terrifying for the mother. Imagine at age 16 when you should be full of life and enjoying life and being cheerful and happy. that you have suicidal thoughts. And even for us, as doctor, very scary because suicide can happen in 1 minute, instant. You suddenly feel like I will jump out the window. Can't do anything, right? So that was the state. Patient didn't talk to us. She said she doesn't like giving long history and answering all these questions. She just came, hardly we took the case on Zoom. She just came and ran off. She doesn't like to communicate. Mother says she's very confused, gets distracted in a matter of minutes. She cannot focus. There's some disturbance, Mansi, just check, and has a lot of anxiety. She's very reserved. She doesn't like to talk to anyone. So we asked about the case, what is the problem? And she says she has been very neglected. She feels that she's not heard. When she talks, people don't hear, parents, relatives. This makes her very angry. And also what makes her very angry is other people, too many people talking. So she then shouts in anger, bangs her door and shuts. So that means she likes staying alone. She weeps in anger and tells the mother, just let me die. Very suicidal. So this was very worrying for us. And we're very keen on getting the right remedy because any minute anything can happen. When I have such young, especially people or suicidal people, I always ask them to call me every day, so that we can talk even for 5 minutes, then we can motivate them if they are in a low mood. So, yeah, that was the story. She said, I don't like to party, I don't like loud noises. Very different, from whatever teenagers we have today. They all the time like to be in company, they like to party, they want to go here, want to go there. This girl said, I like to be alone. I'm very non-social. I like to be by myself. And she feels that people do not like what she says. So it's better to keep quiet. Why talk? Nobody listens to her anymore. So far, what did we have? We had some very peculiar things, right? And I follow a system, what I call living repertory. Now, all of you have heard about living materia medica, right? What is living materia medica? What is living materia medica? Anyone? If something is on the chat or something, Mansi, please tell me. What is living materia medica?
You keep repertorizing when the patient is in front of you?
Yeah. So living repertory means while the patient is there, I keep repertorizing. Okay. So I call it living repertorization. Living materia medica, we all know, is about making the drug alive, and so that you know it like as if you're a person. So, yeah. So far, what we had, I already put down. Okay. So what I put down, she said, delusion, loved is not. Delusion, neglected she is. Suicidal disposition. Suicidal, she wants, when we had asked her, she said, by what? You said poison. She has no confidence in herself. She can't bear contradiction. She goes off and shuts the door. Anger is violent and noise is aggravation. She doesn't like noise at all. She doesn't like people at all. She doesn't like all this. So far, what do you think will come out of this? Which remedy you think will come from just these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9? 9 rubrics. Anybody? Stramonium. So she has some fears. Stramonium maximally has fears, right? So we haven't heard too many fears except of people. We've heard, yes, noise, aggravation. We've heard of anger, violence. But Stramonium is Solanaceae family. Yeah? So the maximum about Solanaceae is about fears. Fear. Stramonium is fear of ghosts. Even a curtain shakes, it thinks it's a ghost and it will try to hide. Okay? So that. is Tremonium. And Natramure, yeah, Natramure belongs to which kingdom?
Mineral.
Mineral kingdom.
Mineral.
Yeah. Number one, we know we are doing a plant remedy. That apart. Apart from which we said confidence, we said poor confidence, we said artistic. So, and there's a lot of hurt inside. So little more like plant, not that naturally doesn't have this hurt. So we have to see, okay? But the strangest part was that living repertory sometimes gives you clues which are so very, unimaginable. So for me, it was unimaginable what these 9 rubrics gave us. I'm going to show you what it gives. Just see this. We took loved is not, we took neglected, we took suicidal, we took confidence, want, artistic, contradiction, anger, violent, noise. So pulsatilla, we would think, belladonna, as somebody said, stramonium, as somebody said. But what was surprising was this third number remedy. How many of you know this remedy? Which is this remedy? Can you read? Can you see the screen? Can anybody tell me which is the remedy? Hello? Mandragora. So anything you know about Mandragora? Jain, Jigisha, you know anything about Mandragora? Now it was very surprising, na? Mandragora belongs to which family? Yeah. What is this remedy? 10 years back, I had never even heard of this remedy. So this was the highest in coverage, okay? And this was not pulsatilla. Pulsatilla likes people. Belladonna also is very acute and in the same family as stramonium. And the best part is that this family, Mandragora, is the same family as belladonna, mandragora, stramonium. They're all the Solanaceae family. So whatever rubrics Mandragora, you know about families, right? First, we used to think that this, for example, pulsatilla must weep. So then if a patient didn't weep so much and kept anger inside and suppressed all the time, we gave Staph aureus. But now we know that we have to see even which miasm it belongs. Okay, so Staph aureus is cancer miasm and pulsatilla is psychotic miasm. So if the patient is more cancer miasm, we may give Staph aureus. But if the same rubrics, if pulsatilla or psychotic miasm, we'll give pulsatilla. Spigeria, anyone depending on the miasm. So, our prescribing has become so much more open, more varied. We get so much better results. So now we know that all these remedies which came up are so many plants. Okay. So Mandragora, yeah, somebody says stramonium, very good. And we have Mandragora in the same family. And if you see, it covers 8 rubrics maximum. And whatever it does not cover, even in the repertory, we know it covers otherwise. But it is stramonium. So if you take that, it covers all the 9 rubrics, right? So I said, but I don't know so much. Let's check it out. Let's go further with the case. Okay? So we'll go further. So this is the chart of plant families from Shankaran's book. So this is Solanaceae. You have the miasms, acute. Belladonna is an acute. You have typhoid miasm. Stramonium is also acute miasm. And you have Mandragora in the leprous miasm. So we said this girl is keeping quiet, doesn't like cheating, people don't like her. So yes, seems a little bit leprous, but let us see further. Okay, clear? So far clear? So I've had 3-4 cases of Mandragora in the last 2 years. It belongs to the plant kingdom, which definitely the patient is in, feels hurt, doesn't like to talk to anybody, thinks nobody likes her, thinks wants to go away, wants to be alone, bangs the door, lot of anger. and definitely leprous miasm, unloved, neglected. She feels like that. Some of it already we saw in our patient. Okay. So now I was at ease. I said, okay, I'll finish the case and see what else comes. So she said she has a lot of anxiety. Mother gave most of the history. Anxiety in the stomach, exam stage, crowd and gathering, stramonium, belladonna, all these have it. Delusion, people don't like me or being around me. I don't even like myself, she said. I feel neglected and unloved. I have low self-esteem. All this tells you that she thinks she's ugly and she's small. Okay, so which is the other remedy? Lacdelfinum. That is a animal kingdom remedy, right? She said very artistic, love music, does Bharatnatyam, plays guitar. So she's a clever girl. She was in the football team. But now she says, I can't focus on what I'm doing. I have no confidence. And nobody likes me. So why should I live? Why can't I just die? Every second sentence was, why can't I just die? She loves Japanese cuisine. She loves sushi and so on. So, parents are nice to her, but she feels she's neglected. So I asked, how did this all start? So she said, mother said that earlier till the 6th grade, so now we know she's in the 11th grade, she and her family were living in Navi Mumbai, which is a suburb of Mumbai. It's a little bit away, okay, far, a little further. So they're also not that the patient had many friends, but in the building there were lots of friends. So she was quite happy. But the mother job was, making her travel too much. So she wanted to be closer to her job. So they shifted to Powai, which is a little bit, it has some nice hi-fi schools. You understand what is hi-fi school? You understand? You must be having it in your area also. No? Some schools are municipal schools, some schools are ordinary schools, and we have these international schools and very hi-fi. What does hi-fi mean? Somebody, is there anything in the chat, Mansi? Mansi?
Yes, ma'am.
Anything about hi-fi schools?
Hi-fi means where rich, the kids of rich people going.
Sorry, I'll have to call you later. Yeah. So they are today's international schools, quite right, Mansi. So it is, they are a little bit richer children, come from little families who are there. And she had come from New Mumbai, Navi Mumbai, what we call. So friends felt that she was not of their class. So they didn't talk to her, didn't make friends with her. And she felt very lonely in the school, okay? And also, so status, somebody said, correct. So she felt very left out, not left put, left out, and bullied. She felt like that. And this was actually, we saw, she's a clever girl, okay? So, international school, patient couldn't match up with the cultural differences, though she was good in study. But still nobody talked to her. And they would come, if they wanted some help, they would come to her, but nobody would. So she would say, poison me, say, let mother, let me die. If I have no motivation. And slowly, she started not doing so well in school. She wants to hide. She won't wear any bright colors. You know that? She wears only gray, blue, black. Why? Because she wants to hide, not stand out. Animal people wear bright colors because they want to stand out, attract people. And she is timid, shy. She was not earlier, but now she's just withdrawn into herself. She says, I have no feelings for anybody. Not 16, you may feel one, mother may think that she likes some boy who said no or something. She said, no, I have nothing for a boy. I have no feelings. And a whole wardrobe you can see is full of gray and blue. So what was, we have to go to mother's pregnancy. So 5 years after marriage, she was born. Pregnancy was uneventful. Little bit vomit, little bit burning, little bit cold milk, nothing much. The mother is a HR consultant. She recruits people for lowest. She's happy with her job. So they shifted mainly because of mother's job, as she wanted to work also and study also. Mother wanted to study law. So did not waste so much time in traveling, because in Bombay sometimes it takes 2 hours to go from one place to another. So they bought a house over there. And now in this much 5 years, she's finished her law, and later she'll change her job. This we are talking about the mother. So while studying and working, she may have neglected a little bit. She doesn't say she neglected, but the child feels it, which is important. And now it became more obvious with the school also. The psychiatric test showed that she was depressed with suicidal tendency, prone to self-harming. Yeah, scratching. Likes to be alone, does not like strangers or crowd. She doesn't even like the relatives. She feels very anxious and says, when will they leave? When will they leave? So the allopathic doctor advised some drugs, but the mother was skeptical. So she wanted to find alternate ways of. So now the child who used to love all these things, dance and all, now she can't do it. She just says, why can't I die? I don't want to live. At the end of every conversation, she said, I don't want. She won't even go for a walk with mother. Mother said, when I come home also, she won't come out of her room. She won't go for a walk because there are people there and she wants to avoid people. Even if she's around her father and mother for a long time, she feels very uncomfortable. She doesn't want anything. With assistant doctor also, she said no long conversation. She kind of overwhelmed. She can't keep on saying the same thing again. She said, I can't make people understand. I only like my dog. She has a dog at 6'2", bought for in the 6th standard, named Leo, which she loves. She can't hold a conversation with anybody, not even her mother. But she liked the maid because she's a kind, gentle soul. She gets along well because she doesn't tell her to do anything, doesn't say why aren't you studying, doesn't say why you're depressed, why can't you make friends, why don't you go down. The maid doesn't say anything. She's nice to her and just whatever she does, she's okay with. So she liked the maid and she liked the dog. But all the rest of the time, she locks the room and dog also goes somewhere. She comes out, plays with the dog, goes. She chats with me. The dinner she has with her mother at 8. Father, no, he eats late. And mostly father is not there because father is doing business and his business is in that old house. So he still stays there and only comes for the weekend. And when he comes also, he does his own thing. So again, she doesn't talk. So very rarely she chats with her father. So what happened, this latest incident which started this whole thing so much more suicidal, is that this was 21, remember 2021, we had COVID and lockdown and everything. So 21 schools had just started. Okay, now international schools, so fewer students, okay, not 60 or 50 like you have another, but only 12 or 20 or 24. So school had just started. They were only school on alternate days and they were only 12 students. So she said yesterday, mother said, yesterday was a holiday. And so they all schoolmates decided to go out. 11 of them went out, but they did not call me. Can you imagine how 15, 16 year teenager girls feel? Nobody, not one person of my friends. They don't like me. They talk to her only for work when they need help. They have no problem asking for help because she knows a lot. She's a good student. So she knows about physics, economics, astronomy, knows much about planet Earth, which is her favorite subject. So planet Earth, They are connected, you know. Solanaceae also belong right on top, right? If you know the rows. So you have the rows, which is the inner ages. You have the womb stage, then you have the oral, then you have the anal. So right on top, womb, solanaceae. So it goes, it is connected with the other world a lot. Yeah. So she is also interested in astronomy because it's on the other. So that is her favorite subject. So what do we know? She's a loner, angry, no friend. Children would say, go away, don't keep quiet, don't talk to us. And this anger inside built up, built up. And she so thought that she's good in studies. She couldn't focus, she couldn't study. And her 10th midterm exam was her worst. She was a child who used to come right in the first 5. Okay. So she said she studies but forgets for the exam. Parents, she said, don't have any time for me. Father is away. Mother is studying. Mother is working. And they think if they give me material things, if I ask for something, then that is love. So she said, nobody likes me and I feel very low. Then she has anxiety on stage, in crowds. We already saw that, right? Stomach feels different. She shouts, if you contradict me or blame me, unjust. And she banged doors. She lived in New Bombay, and I told you all this, right? She had those friends, now no friend. She can't adjust. And mother said she had no friend in school or home and no communication with the parents. There was nothing we could find in the mother. She was there till 2 years. So yeah, nothing much we could find. She preferred warm weather. Yeah, AC is on 24, so not very cheap. She liked pleasant weather, doesn't like winter or snow. She perspires much, but nothing specific. Okay, so now what are our main rubrics are still remain what we found now. What are the additional rubrics we got? Anybody can say? Anybody on the chat? Manasi? Manasi, is there anything? Anyone? Any more rubrics? You all are
If
all fine
anyone
people.
wants
Right?
to share something, you can speak or you can write in the chat box.
Yeah, anything?
Vishpala, can I ask you something? How did you arise to this thing, artistic aptitude? How did you take this?
She said she's very fond of Bharatnatyam. She does that very well. She paints. She said all that. So that is artistic. We took it as. Okay. Then she's also got astronomy, which is also more art than science, right? Astronomy is a lot into imagination, and you have to look at things. It can fall into mineral kingdom also, but it is more like her interests are little, and then she likes food, and she likes Japanese cuisine. Means little bit more out of the box, you know. So little
more
more
dating.
artistic, yeah. And she
More
said,
refined, we would say.
okay. So we took artistic in that way. And she's not liking change. Okay, good. What else? She didn't like change because she had no friends, right? So but we do all that we took. So now we have to take some funny rubrics which we have. We didn't take hide oneself desire to. And we didn't take colors. She writes black, gray. And you know that we have rubrics at one people lecture just on colors. We have a remedy for each. And she writes black. And then she likes animals more than people. So isn't that a rubric? Your mind people, you should know. And love for animals, dogs especially. Okay? So we took more things, friendless feels, ugly feels, And we took some physicals also. She likes sweet, she likes spices. Japanese, of course, I can't get a rubric. So I added these to the earlier rubrics which we had. Okay. And what do you think will come? Now Mandragora, which was fourth, came first. It's unbelievable. We all this already we know, love, neglected, suicidal, all this we already took. And anger, violence. Hide oneself desire to. Colors, she likes black. Yeah, Mandragora. There are only Mandragora and Puja. Love animals for Mandragora and Parthsarathy. And Belladonna. Again, Belladonna belongs to same. Love dogs for, again, Mandragora. Then again, ugly she is. Again, Mandragora, leprous. Na? And even the physical sweets and spices which we took, it is also there. Parthsarathy is also there. Stramonium is not there. Belladonna is not there. So only Mandragora. So though we say it is, the same family, but it is here. Mandragora came first. It is unbelievable. So how many of you all know Mandragora? You know about Solanaceae, okay? I'll take a little bit of that. So we have all these remedies I already showed you, right? Belladonna, Stramonium, Hyoscyamus, Capsicum, Dulcamara, and Mandragora, which is leprosy. Okay? So Solanaceae is all about everything is either black or white, life and death. Life and death because they are right on the top row of the inner ages and they're very close to the other one. Okay? The actions we know are sudden, intense, violent, terror, sudden danger. So when you have sudden danger, you can either fight or flight. This girl goes away into her room. And you can have panic, fright, horror, shock. All this, we don't have so much, but we have the screaming. Okay? So, you know that there is every remedy has an active reaction. The active reaction is sharpness in the face of danger, shrieking, which is doing. And passive reaction is paralyzed. If you just can't move when you have something, frightful happening, then it is called paralysis. That's the passive reaction. And really, compensation would be courage in the face of danger. Okay? So this is just to understand a little bit about Solanaceae, the family. Okay? And if you see, these are the sensations that I told you. The sensation is violence, sudden splitting, jerking, bursting, all this. Themes of black and white. And passive reaction, I told you, paralysis, anesthetic, stupefied, can't move. An active reaction is hurried, shrieking, startling, fearful, wants to run away, panic, rage. And compensation is what compensation means. What you would like to be is courage in the face of danger. You want to neither run away, nor you want to just be paralyzed, but you want to face the danger strongly. Okay, so this is Solanaceae. So many things fitted here, right? So here I'm showing you, these are acute, Hyoscyamus typhoid, capsicum and malaria, ringworm with Dulcamara with skin troubles. Then you have tubercular, then you have tabacum, cancer, myasm, and Mandragora is the leprosy. So do you want to know a little bit about Mandragora? So Mandrake, Mandrake was the magician, right? So it derives its name from the shape of the human body. That root of the plant is like a human body. And it is like spoken of insane roots spoken by Macbeth, as if you will become insane. Also mentioned in Anthony Cleopatra, right? And Romeo and Juliet. They mention Mandragora. Okay? So it is known in homeopathy because of experiment of distressin made on himself and another person by repeated smelling the juice of the plant, which has a nauseating odor, like a adder's flesh. Okay. The symptoms are very similar to belladonna because it is botanically related, belongs to the Solanaceae. There's a restless excitability and bodily weariness and great desire for sleep. The unpleasant symptoms go off at night, and then gentle perspiration. You saw in the girl you had perspiration at night. The effects are removed by wine, coffee, sugar. The exaggeration of sound. So she didn't like noise, right? So these are the various symptoms. I can't do too much because I have to do some other cases also, right? Anything. So that is mainly this. So here didn't seem any doubt that Mandragora was the remedy. So I gave Mandragora 200 on day 1. And then day 8, I repeated. Day 1, I normally give day 1, day 2, and day 8 if required, because she was suicidal, no? So we want some good result. By 11, 12, within 2-3 weeks, she was much better. She comes out of the room whenever she's free. She goes down to play with friends. Can you believe she never used to go down? So she goes and she made a friend and she played badminton and then went to the friend's house and stayed till 8:30. Focus is better. It is at L6, level 6, which means on a scale of 0 to 10, if 10 is maximum, 0 is 0, then 6 is 60%. She's talking to relatives. She didn't want anybody to come. She's talking to people. Now she has no fear of the injection and she took that vaccination also. She's keeping happy. Mother says worrying is down. She studies. No irritation when people come, known people. And for room, she comes out of for 4-5 hours, especially the mother is there. But she doesn't hug the mother. But she allowed the mother to hug. The mother said she is already 50-60% better. Okay. So now 50-60%, we'll repeat a little bit more. So I gave Mandragora for 1-2 days. And then on the 8th day, I gave placebo and pills for 15 days. So by 18-12, her anger is down. Only once or twice she shouted. And that also because she missed 2 classes. Maybe she missed the message, from school. And she said, Wi-Fi is not, there was a glitch in the Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi is good. Anyway, not to argue with her. And she had a headache Sunday, Monday. But she had we had told her take SOS pills here, extra. But she had no pills left for 15. So she took Crocin. Now fears are no normal fears like crowds, nothing. Suicidal talk 0, maybe once a week, once in 2 weeks. She goes to school all the time, 3 times a week alternately. Say it is good. Previously when she came back from school, she'd be very agitated, bothered. Now she's easy. And says I can talk to my schoolmates as anxiety level is down. If mother is in her bedroom, she goes and sits with mother. Mother says, very good increase. Okay. So by 4-2, that is about 2-3 months after we started medicine, she said acne is still there, hemoglobin 11.5. Hair fall is there in bunches. In the pillow also. Mood is fine, friends is normal. So now she's better 70-80%. But we gave her an intercurrent remedy for the hair fall and for the little bit iron. So we didn't give a Mandragora, we gave a tuberculinum and perimidose. And after that, whenever we called for follow-up, mother said she's doing very well. Yeah, funny, eh? Okay. So any questions on the case, sir? Dr. Ninayak? Yeah. Anything, Mansi, on the chat?
What made you give tuberculinum in between as an intercurrent?
Because she had hair fall, no? And my Mandragora we had already given. And we felt it was due to the iron is also a little bit low. So we gave a ferrum for 4 tablets 4 times a day for iron. And intercurrent, because tuberculinum I find very useful for hair fall as an intercurrent. So
Okay. Okay. Why you didn't like, what would have happened had we increased the potency instead of giving tuberculinum 1M? Why not go for Mandragora 1M instead?
Because she had done very well. She was 70-80% better. So I didn't want to change. When something is working, don't
Right.
change. Yeah.
Right. So hair fall in all cases, you feel tuberculinum works well?
I always give, yeah. So all cases in between, I give tuberculinum.
Okay.
Not only remedy. I give the constitution also, but I give 1 dose of tuberculinum only.
Okay. Irrespective of the miasm, like
No,
Mandragora is not
no, but
tubercular as much.
miasm. But if you look at the older miasm, there was no leprous, no earlier. So
Right.
I'm from ICR, no. So originally I'm from ICR, then I joined Rajan. Anyway, so
I know.
so we follow this acute chronic intercurrent, in that ICR Dr. Dhavle's method, acute remedy related from constitutional and miasm, recover. So my practice is somewhere this or that. Sometimes nowadays, of course, if I get a result, I don't even use the intercurrent, but that is my method. Anything else? Can we proceed further?
Mandragora is
Pardon?
yeah, please do. Please. And you take your time. There's no need of like 1 hour constraint. You can take your time. The lecture can extend for 1 more hour.
Okay. So now we'll
Don't worry about that.
So Mandragora, you've understood this remedy is very useful. And you don't need to know the full remedy. You should know Solanaceae family. That's why I did the whole Solanaceae family with you. And anything, the best part about this group means it can belong, all the symptoms can be of anyone. You can borrow from belladonna, the fear, which are not so much here, but I'm saying. So if you know you come to Solanaceae, like the girl first, the thing she said was stramonium. So they came to Solanaceae, but stramonium is much more violent, much more tears, much more, it's acute. This was an acute case in the sense of suicidal. But depression is 5 years, right? So we have to, and plus the whole personality was not stramonium. It was more like leprous. So we went to Mandragora. So that is the advantage of knowing, one, the kingdom, and secondly, the rows, the inner ages, and the families. Right?
Right.
Okay.
We also use families very many times.
Yeah.
We in mind also we use many times we use families.
Yes. So if we understand the families, it doesn't mean we have to follow only one system, right? We have to merge and see how much we can do. Rubrics we've never given up. Materia medica we've never given up. So these are our 3-legged stool, right? We can add system. Miasm we've not given up. We've added more miasm because the original miasm don't cover all these other aspects. Didn't cover. Tubercular doesn't cover it. Syphilis doesn't cover it. So leprous doesn't cover. So it is not so. These miasms were logical. And that's why we accepted it. Whether you think that origin, I keep saying that we say we are Hanumanian like that, but Hanuman never said stop, put a full stop after I came, right?
Yeah, of course.
He would have gone ahead, and nothing which is illogical has come.
Yeah.
Logical.
No, I follow all the miasms by Shankaran sir. Personally, we do follow. We are his fans. Come on. He is next to God to us.
Yes. Correct. So, and of course, I have seen the mind rubrics, how much there is depth in that. I have seen, even I am trying to study that more now. But, that is, it's amazing. Sometimes I'll show you a case which I solved only on mind rubrics. I mean, the depth of it. So,
Wow.
okay. Can we move?
Please do. Please do.
So I hope you're all convinced that it was Mandragora. Okay. So now we'll do animal kingdom. So animal kingdom, as we know, is can move, not like fixed, like mineral and plant. Okay. And it is mainly to do with survival. So everything which is about I can live, how I can fight. And so competition, behavior, very angry easily because it has to fight. It can be malicious, cruel, jealous. It has to kill if it has to survive. And must win, must have a motive to win. And lot of ambition. Clothes also, unlike that girl we saw, black, this is all colorful. Okay. Because the whole thing is about attraction. You have to find a mate. You have to go ahead. You have to have progeny. Okay. So to attract others, flashy, colorful, and dull clothes. Sometimes it wears to show I'm different from all of you are wearing bright clothes. I'm dull. I stand out. So all to do with standing. Handwriting is also unlike that teda meda handwriting of the plant and very organized of the mineral. This is striking, attractive, with flower and, a verlier or curl there just to gain attention. And they constantly want to prove they're better than the others, or they may feel they are low, the others. So they are very graceful, very communicative, very fearful also, because constant fear is of survival, the fear attack. And their dreams are more of animals, snakes, amorous, because it's all to do with sex and progeny, flying, pursuing. So animals are competitive, dominating, malicious, and so let's do a case. Okay. So they love to go out, they love to do things, they like to mix with people, they don't like to be alone. Of course, it depends on the prey. There are two types, preys and all, but we are talking about in general. So we had this male, 29. He's done his engineering, now he's working in the USA. He has father, both adoptive father and a biological. And this year, mother was diagnosed with breast cancer with metastasis to the lung. So we can imagine that he's quite well. His main complaints are right knee. There was a ligament and cartilage tear. He underwent surgery much earlier. It has recurred. And he was playing soccer. So you can see there is games, people outside. Meniscus tear with swelling. Aggravated squatting, better by cold pack, better by physio. Knee stiffness, cannot play cricket, football, or tennis. So we can see he likes to play so much. He likes to be with people so much. Yeah, you have joints effect. He also has alopecia, 3 patches. And this started after moving to US. He's 5 feet 6 inches. Weight is 66. Bath he takes occasionally cold, otherwise warm. Loves bathing, loves water, loves swimming. He loves water, he to play in water, but his swimming he learned only recent. Sleep 6-7 hours a day, but wakes every 2 hours and unrefreshed. So you want to know why, okay? Dreams, regular, skin acne. Appetite very good. He is a foodie, he loves food. He loves seafood, spicy, beer. Water also he takes proper, 2 liters. Perspiration, okay, cold weather also he perspires on the palm soles. He wants to meet people, very different from our first girl, right? Love nature, very sociable, loves company, likes consolation. He doesn't like contradiction, but he likes a healthy argument. friends, loves to go out with them, loves to party, all opposite of that girl. Yes? Can you see how different it is? He is saying he likes human. He is saying affection but does not show. Now, can you see the difference between a plant and an animal? Yeah? Loves to go out. Not that the plant doesn't like to go out, but here he is definitely an out and out extrovert. He's mostly calm and adaptable. He's occasionally irritable. When angry, he throws things or kicks or criticizes, but that is rarely, otherwise no anger. Extrovert, like dancing, swimming, loves adventure, rides, bold. So can you see very different from the previous case? Impatient, restless, loves to play and enjoy all the time. But in work, confidence is low, concentration is low, feared of, not comfortable initially, and he cannot weep. So can you see that this is not a plant? He cannot weep, he cannot show affection, but he likes social, he likes to go out, he likes to play. Now, what is so funny was, why does he have suddenly low confidence and poor concentration in work? Any idea? What kind of a person he is? Yeah? Anything on the chat, Mansi? Any idea which is the remedy would come? It is animal, are you sure? I can't see any answers. Mansi?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going ahead. Okay, I can't see any answer. So life story is, he has a sister who they are twins, so they both grow up together. There's something on the chat, let me see. Free-minded. At workplace, there are limitations. Good. Good. Much into sports without any professional coaching. He likes to be active, dancing, enjoy, not bookish, not much reading. So now you can see why he was not into work so much, right? Because he's into play a lot. So he did not bookish, he didn't study too much. We'll see. So what is his life story? In 2006, when he was 13 years old, parents separate. So you would think that he'd be very disturbed, okay? But this child didn't feel very much disturbed because he had seen mother go through hell. Mother's also my patient and she really had a bad life, but she stood straight, and even today, standing straight. So he had no problem with the situation. He knows the adoptive father was really good to them, so he likes him. And he also is in touch with his biological father and gets along with him. You can see he's the fellow who can get along with everyone. He's very attached to his mother and also to the father who really took care of them when he was this age. Even though he was 13 and a teenager, he took. Now, in 2011-12 in junior college, he loved a girl, but she did not reciprocate. So he just let it go and made peace. What does this tell you? So far, what does it tell you?
He is very flexible.
Yes. And he doesn't get hurt easily. Yes. He's okay with everything that happens in life. He said, okay.
Yielding also, ma'am. Yielding also.
Adaptive coefficient.
He made peace with it. Today you have people now who throw acid on your face if you rejected the boy or whatever. No? So he gets along with everyone. Then 2017, before he went to USA, he had a relationship with a girl. But he was leaving for USA. So they decided better to, not bind yourself now already, because you never know, new life, new thing, what will happen. But she agreed first, but then she started pushing for commitment. But he was not ready, he was quite young. So she told his parents, she wanted additional support from his parents. So that relationship stretched like rubber and then didn't end well. She was a nice girl. He was really liked her. She was impromptu. She was trying ready to do new things, impulsive. So they were quite similar in many ways. She was also attractive and beautiful, which he liked. So, but he just thought, let's not get bound. So he doesn't like to get bound. Okay. Now today she's finished her MBA. They're occasionally in touch. But he told me, I don't think we can move back together. That seems difficult. So now looking somebody in US, he found one girl already. In 5 months, he likes a girl. She's very understanding, loving, caring, and very trusting. So what you know more about him from this? That he can move on, right? The same thing.
Very practical.
Yeah. He says, okay, let us move. I know, but supposing something. So now, what is the problem? Now we have to understand. Now this new girl, the third girl, she's a Brahmin. She eats no non-veg and no alcohol. You know this fellow, how much he likes food and alcohol and traveling and friends. She had different tastes. Patient loves his alcohol, non-veg. So he says, I will make peace with her. He says, I'm understanding, adjusting, I will put her first. But then he thinks, how long? And I want to be impulsive, do new things. She doesn't want to do new things and adventure. But I will adjust. That's what he takes. So they are for 5 months together in Dallas. But now marriage issue has come up. So he's trying and telling the family that she's a Brahmin. I should consider her needs, make her comfortable. But mother said, how will she adjust? We are so open-minded. We drink and we have non-veg. And we as a family have been discussing so many things, And he says, I have had so many girlfriends, I've been open on date. But for her, I am her first date. First love and only love. So forever. Okay, so I must try to adjust. That was his first feeling. But whether he can, he also doubts. So now we understand his take on this. We like each other, enjoy all this, but now I'm feeling too pressured. I feel a fear of losing her. I'm adjusting how long? These are his questions. Okay. So he's confused, pressure, fear of failure. What if we fail? I've been making commitments. I agreed. No non-veg at home. But whether I can eat outside, whether I can have alcohol. So their family is very conservative and ours is very open. So there are pressure, but he still wants to adjust because she is very fond of him. She will want to go ahead, though family not for his family. Very confused. And then now comes his problem with his work. After masters and the job, I've seen people, they put their full energy in the work. But my energy is not in my work. Even in college, even in college, I just used to do quickly and this thing and get marks. I didn't want very high marks. Even if I passed, it was okay for me. So he said, even doing all this work, PPT, email, every day, all the time working, sitting at the bed. And now I'm here and working US time. So I don't get enough sleep. I have to get up at 4 o'clock and do work. So I'm very, unfocused. And whenever there's an interview, he has to interview clients or his boss, he doesn't prepare because he was used to just lackadaisical way. He passed. So he doesn't prepare. So that's why he has low confidence. So mainly it is because of him. He feels he's got through life. He became an engineer and he likes to play and do all these other things. And work is just one thing, not the focus. So he doesn't prepare. Because he don't prepare, he gets no confidence. So we've seen all these things, that he is not fond of routine. He is not fond of lot of responsibility. He likes change, like newness. He doesn't like to be burdened. He wants a solution. He likes to keep. So very striking was that accepted parents divorce without agitation. He's seen the mother suffer and he loved her, so he wanted her to be happy. He accepted adoptive. His affection. Gets along even with the biological. Love people, company desire. One girl, mate, third, so it's quite amorous. Okay, all this you agree with? Anything else you want to add? Yes, anybody? Anything?
What about clarity? What about clarity of mind? Clarity of mind?
So he has not clarity of mind in the sense that he doesn't like work so much. He is more into play. So he said, okay, work is something we have to do to earn some money and to get along, but we'd rather do play. So he's never really focused on work. Even in studies, he said, I just did it once and my memory was okay, so I could pass. And I didn't want 80-90%. If I got 40-50, I'm okay with it. Okay? So you can see his interests were there.
Right.
He finds everything beautiful. No? He said, this girl is beautiful, that girl is beautiful. And if he's troubled, he moves away. So I took for that he's not safe, he moves away. And then with girl 3, he's happy. He wants to adapt and adjust. But how long? Because he loves his adventure, the daring, the water, the sports, the food. And he's quite cute. Mother says we eat non-veg. What if when we are eating, she will make faces? So I took delusion separated from the group years. So I took some rubrics here. Delusion beautiful, everything is. Delusion safe is not. Confused, likes all these fearless, all these love, and delusion separated from it. So what do you think will come as the remedy? I've taken, see, your rubrics, right? Mind rubrics. Anyone? Anything, Manasi, on the chat?
Someone is saying lack remedy.
Okay, so we know lack remedy because we are doing animals, okay? So he likes to be on the move, restless, playful, find work boring, sitting in one place boring, prepare less, make mistakes, and therefore confident. So we took this totality: company, cheerful, play, affectionate, amorous, amusement, tranquility, beautiful, fearless, danger, fearless even in water, restless, confusion of mind, safe he is not, separate from the group, indolence, aversion to work, and confidence, want of self. So what is the remedy which came? Can you believe it? Lacdelfinum. What is Lacdelfinum? Yeah?
Dolphin fish.
Yeah, so it is the dolphin. Beautiful, is it not? Wonderful. Our repertoire is so good. And somebody that day was telling me, what about Ken? Ken, poor man, he came long ago. He did a very good job. But we may not find Lacdelfinum in Ken. Now we have to move. Right? So let us understand what is it. So I gave him Lacdelfinum, 200, first day, second day. And for that ligament tear, I find this the most useful. So I must share it with you. Calcarea for 6x with put in that a drop of Vita 6 and give those tablets, 1 tablet 3 times a day. I've had 100 cases of ligament tear which have improved. Okay. So that is the follow-up. He went away, then mother's lung came, more things, so he came back. And in USA, after the Lacdelfinum, he said, I broke up with the girl. I work now good. And manager is happy. I got increment also. And I prepare. But I need my sleep as the work hours are different. And so now, no one complains about me. And so I understand it's all in my head. I felt that one should read only once and know whatever is to be done. I never revised, even in college. Parents were not strict about marks, but in the world it is different. Okay? World you have to come up. I understand that now. So you still need a little bit of Lacdelfinum. I gave him 1 dose. 29/3. He said my energy is better. So I'm sleeping from 4 to 9:30 after finishing all the work. Will take time off now to spend with the family. I exercise. My knee is better. My high is better. So, and with the girl, she wants yes, but in-laws, how change in one day? How she's saying yes? First she said no non-veg. But yeah. But finally he said he's off. He said no. So we gave Lacdelfinum here again because you're still confused. And then I have just said here, maybe we'll repeat once a month if because he's gone back to US. Okay. So let's do Lacdelfinum. Are you all convinced about it? No, let's understand. Intelligent, affectionate, cheerful, water plays, enjoys, love to enjoy. They're very friendly, very tranquil, very calm. They jump a lot. They communicate and talk with all, mix with all, cheerful, friendly, calm, like activity, very creative. They play ball. You've seen in any shows you go to, the dolphins are there jumping and talking to everyone. They don't get scared of people also so much. They like new activity. And sometimes because in the water, they know that sometimes somebody will attack. So they can be frightened, fear there. So because they play with all, lurking fear is there because one animal may hurt us. So all these rubrics you can find Lacdelfinum as you can see. Delusion, this is very important. Surrounded by danger but stays calm. Delusion, safe is not. Surrounded by enemies. Separated from his group that we took, remember? Separated from the world. But he is calm, find everything beautiful. Fear, danger of, fear, crowding, accident. All this will be there, but basically fearless. Swimming desires, diving at night. Full day want to play in water. Because he want to play, that's why he didn't give importance to water. Fearless of big waves. Fearless waves plunged, though they were big. Loved night diving. Playful in water. Single remedy Lacdelfinum. Dolphin love to touch everything, people. Touch, impel to touch people. Tranquility, problems not bothered by little. He was not bothered by big problems. When his parents got divorced. Remains calm. He is not caught up in pettiness. Small things don't bother him. Sentimental with my success. Bright color desire for laughing easily. So that is the dolphin. And I think we've crossed the time. I had a third case. I'm just going to tell you, if you want, I'll come back for it. Because the mineral kingdom I've not done. What do you want to do? I can just tell you the short cases. Mineral kingdom, you all know. You all have done so much.
Yes, we can continue, ma'am.
Continue, ma'am. Continue.
You want to continue? You're sure?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yeah, unless you are tired. We're not tired.
Okay. Anyway, I that's why I kept my best cases right at the top.
Coffee on us. Coffee on me.
Okay. So this was two remedies which I must say, very nice remedies. You all can use it. I've done it in detail for you all so that you will like to do it. Okay. Okay, let's do Mineral Kingdom and finish it off, no problem. I'll just do it a little bit fast because you already know. It's like the periodic table, okay? Very systematic, very. I want you only to understand that there is a benefit in understanding these things, and there's a benefit in doing a little bit about the other ways of approaching also. But I've shown you how mind rubrics, you all are doing the best very nicely. I've shown you even that you could come to the remedy, right? So everything I have merged. Okay. So well organized, systematic, dresses, plain checks. And when come to you, they come properly filed, all time-wise, everything arranged, very systematic. Symptom, they'll tell you in chronological, not planned, 5 years, then 1 year. And they'll tell you exact. Okay, I have a small child. Mother says he comes home around 1:30. He said, no, I come home at 1:25. So they will say exactly pulse 79, BP 120/17. Their signatures are well formed. Okay, follow up will. My father-in-law always gives me very good follow up, and Vishpala 22% better. So so their occupations are accountant, business managers, computer consultants, high performance, work steady, systematic way, not like your Lacdelfinum. Problems, onset are slow and chronic, started when he knows exactly how each complaint started and he'll tell you. And they have fear of breaking relationship, fear of losing work, financial is a very big important thing for them, and house. Okay. So they are organized, structured, duty, responsibility. So that's why we have to know these three kingdoms. When you repertoire, remedies come up from different kingdoms, then you can choose. So let's do this case. This man came to me, 50 years old. He had a fall in February 15, and since then he had this vertigo. And at least 15-20 times a day for half a minute. And going down, lying down, noise, better by rest and sleep. Vertigo associated with imbalance, walking, dizziness, nausea. Since 1994, he's complaining of dry cough 2-3 minutes every morning and evening. Complaints have aggravated since 2014 with severe attack of cough with white phlegm and hoarseness. Occasionally complete loss of voice. Steam he does in the evening, that helps. So since 30 years, he has bloating, discomfort, sour irritations, aggravated outside food, spicy, oily. He also had ulcers, so nothing we have got specific. Itching, dryness, better by warm, past history, chicken pox, typhoid, jaundice. Family history now, mother cancer, sister diabetes, brother diabetes. So patient as a person, perspiration, eye, hunger, sweets, nail, cries, keel, junk food, nothing very. So he has history of loose stools and anxiety. This becomes specific. Digestion, we know already, stomach is affected and he's chewing. Okay, nothing. So now what are his dreams? Business about ambitious dreams, dreams I have achieved something. So all to do with ambition, to rise up, to do things. But what happened? So he's very angry, worse contradiction, worse criticism, shouts in anger, brooding, pities his health he's worried about. So he pities himself, worries constantly, very oversensitive, and little revenge. Fear health about. So mainly about his own health. Fear of disease. Wife said, if gets diarrhea, he will call the doctor and inform every stool. And if the doctor won't listen, he'll call me and give me bulletins after every stool. How, what is, what color, how loose. Very restless, keeps moving to and fro. Very pessimistic, dominating rude, suspicious. Anxiety, stage fright, perfectionist, likes to be alone, very egoistic. So this remedy you will come to, no? What is the remedy? Born in Raipur, Mother was patient was the youngest, therefore pampered. Father was a property dealer in Chennai, was financially well set, school done in Chennai. His 84 business went for a loss, downfall, property on rent, so they were surviving on rent. So a lot of change in life. Okay. Patient hates cheating and dishonesty and never forget if somebody cheats. Once a customer ordered jewelry, this is very strange, for the wedding, and she wore them on the wedding day. And then next day she came and said, give it back because I don't have enough money. She returned the whole jewelry. She finished the wedding and returned the jewelry. And he was a small time jeweler, not with a big shop. So it's not that he can sell off the jewelry, by himself. So he was so angry and said, I will never deal with them. Never forget what they did to me. So we took all this, all these rubrics that I've told you, and restless, obstinate, ambitious, desires sweet, desires milk, desires banana. So what is the remedy which will come up? We came to pulsatilla, arsenic, sulfur, sepia, narcomica, phosphorus, calcarea, aurum, deficit. What is the remedy you would like to give?
Arsenic.
Very. So this is a fellow who is, if you look at the table, periodic table, it comes in the 4th row, but it comes in the 15, 16 column, where they are in their downfall. So they had done very high up and they are in the downfall. He's lost his jewelry. He's all the time worried about it. It was a very expensive set. He had put all his things into it. He doesn't have too much. So he's constantly worried, worried about his health and all. Okay. So that is arsenic. So we gave him arsenic 200 and then arsenic 1M. Sometimes I give today arsenic 200 and tomorrow 1M, because sometimes I don't want aggravation from 1M. This fellow was of course 1M, but I don't want aggravation, so I build it up just like that, 200 then 1. By 16-2, within 10 days, he had stopped downstairs. He can drive, there's no vertigo, or just for 1 second. And the whole thing about his family, he was never earlier concerned about family. He was not going anywhere. The wife rang me up and said he's no longer talking about his health and he's taking us to Chennai now. He's forgotten about, he's kept aside the loss and all that. So that was... Wife said he takes his illness in his stride. He's much better with the episode of cheating aside. Okay, so that is periodic table, that is plant chart I showed you, and animal chart I didn't show you, but there's a chart of that also. Okay, so that is what I wanted to tell you about the kingdoms and how important they are to help you to choose a remedy. And we've been doing this all the time for journals, for SSMS, for the webinars. So that is about Engage. Any of you all want to join, you can join. Follow our Facebook, Instagram, Telegram, website. Okay, so this case I rushed through because I kept it third, because I know that mineral kingdom you're all same, and you'll come to arsenic, because but I wanted 2 nice remedies for you all, which I took, so that you can go away and use it. The idea of my any seminar is, if you can use that remedy, then yes, then that means that I have had some impact. Okay, so thank you, Ignited Minds people, for inviting me, for having me over, and for staying a little bit longer than the time. Okay.
Thank you, madam. Thank you on behalf of Ignited Minds by PHF. Thank you so much. It was a really wonderful experience to learn through the kingdoms, how it can help. And we use actually, and now we can use it frequently. So thank you so much. Sir, you want to say? Mute us.
Yeah. Few years back, we had lost our very close father figure to me, just like a father to me, Dr. Mohanty. We had lost.
Yes.
It was on the same date in COVID times. So it's a tribute to Sir. And thank you, Dr. Vishpala, for being there and taking out time. And we would love to hear from you again. Please do give us time. It's a 100 lecture series, and it's only 44th lecture that we have finished today.
Anytime. Okay. That is my whole thing in life has been to share. Not today. I'm doing it for so many years. Yes.
Yeah. I know. We have grown seeing you. We have grown seeing you and Dr. Shankaran and Dr. Jayasha and many of his stalwarts. I had happened to attend your seminars also many times in Mumbai. And my
Yes, I know, Dr. Linay. That's so nice. It's very nice. And we're all growing. Even at today, my age also, if I'm learning, then all of us are learning, right? So
yeah, true.
the whole thing in homeopathy, my husband always told me, what I don't attend any seminar. Why do you do? I said, because I'm stupid. I'm not like you, so intelligent, 150 IQ. So I'm stupid. I need to learn. Okay.
Yeah. It's always wise to be stupid.
Okay. So thank you all. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mansi. Thank
Okay.
you all.
Bye. Bye. See you all soon.
God bless.